In this lesson, we will define brand identity. To fully understand brand identity, it is essential to start with a broader understanding of branding itself and explore the relationship between these two concepts. Think of branding as the personality of a person. It's how they behave, what they believe in, and how they make you feel. It's the reputation, the sum of everything you know about them, their values, the way they talk, and the way they react in different situations. Just like a person is known for their unique personality traits, a business is known for its brand. For that business, this will show in the way they interact with customers, the tone of their advertisements, the quality of their products, and the emotions they aim to evoke in their customers. For example, when you think of Nike, you might think of athleticism, motivation, and high performance, because that's the image and feeling they consistently project. Or think about Apple. You might associate it with innovation, simplicity, and cutting-edge technology because that's the reputation they've built through their branding efforts. Now, brand identity is like the clothes and the style that person chooses to wear. Think about the distinct fashion sense maybe your friend has. It's the first thing you notice, like their fun sneakers or their signature hat. It's what you can see on the surface, the visual elements like the logo, packaging, the colors, and the fonts, the image styles, which should carry through inside of a store if it has physical locations, as you can see with Trader Joe's, where they do a beautiful job of their brand identity, giving a consistent vibe throughout their logo, packaging, paper bags, and even inside of the store. These are the things you can immediately recognize, which are themselves a reflection of the business's inner personality. For instance, McDonald's is known for its golden arches and red background. Also, they are known for the colors they use, red and yellow. Think about the iconic bitten Apple logo for Apple, or Coca-Cola's distinctive red color and cursive script. It's these visual cues that make a brand immediately recognizable. That's their brand identity, the look that makes you recognize them instantly, and just by looking at these artistic elements, you will get a sense of what they are all about. Branding means making sure everything about a product or company looks, talks, and feels the same, with the purpose of creating a strong impression and a special connection with their target audience. Branding helps in shaping perceptions, building customer loyalty, and establishing an emotional connection with the audience. Dove is an example of having specific values in messaging that changes what defines beauty, making every woman feel beautiful. And this branding is reflected in the identity of the product, having real beautiful women in ads that are bright and appealing to its target audience of women. Branding itself is not just a logo or what the company sells, but the emotional feeling about that service, product, brand, or organization formed by every interaction with the brand. The brand's identity is an important part to communicate that right emotion through the colors, the logo, the ads, website, storefront, packaging, and any other visual encounters with the company. The ultimate aim is to make the business stand out amongst other similar businesses, hoping to become the choice for those consumers or clients. Taking two different clothing lines as an example, first you have Old Navy, whose whole branding, including the identity, is meant for working men and women who are looking for affordable yet fashionable clothing options. A lot of the time this is families as the audience. And their brand identity is casual, laid back, and features families a lot of times in the ads with a fun and kind of hip style. Whereas these same men and women who shop at Old Navy would be repelled from the branding of Neiman Marcus, because branding allows a business to attract who it is meant for and repel who it is not meant for. Neiman Marcus is only targeting ultra-wealthy millionaires who spend over $27,000 on clothes per year. The aim of branding is to take a soulless company or a product and give it that personality that others might feel a connection with. Visualize yourself in a supermarket, gazing at a shelf brimming with various cereal boxes. Each box screams for your attention with vibrant colors, catchy taglines, and tons of health claims: whole grain, low fat, high fiber, gluten free. You're not just hungry, you're seeking a nutritious start to your day that also tastes good. For you, the price is secondary consideration to quality and alignment with your lifestyle choices. So, what ultimately guides your hand to choose? Is it the promise of 100% natural ingredients on the box, the sustainability claims, the brand's mission statement written on the side advocating for ethical farming practices, or maybe it's the overall package design that intuitively aligns with your sense of well being? This decision making process, influenced by a mix of both tangible and intangible factors, is branding in action. So, when creating the identity of a company, it is not just your design style that has a say in it, but the target audience your brand identity client is trying to attract. This is so important because we naturally have a style that we like to create as a designer. And while you should absolutely pursue your favorite style, many times you're going to need to put it aside for a second and understand what the message the company or product is trying to convey and create that unified artistic component that will showcase their story, their messaging, their soul. And in this course, I will show you how. Let's keep going with the next lesson about the history of brand identity.